Hello, welcome back to Sushi Live Nodding. In this episode, I'm gonna try to make spider web procedurally using the Sverchok add-on. Basically, I was inspired by this work by Karlis. I looked at this video the other day. It's a demonstration of a spider web generator using animation nodes, and this is like a really amazing tool. And the creator actually gave me a quick look at the final nodes, and it's really well documented, and everything is like it's like amazing, as you can create this kind of realistic spider web quite easily. And I really highly recommend it for you. You can I think purchase it at Blender marketplace. And anyhow, so there are actually many ways to create a spider web, but I'm gonna just do it like an easy one, like a very simple one that I could think of from the top of my head. So this is Sverchok spider web. It's the basic one, like I said. So hopefully we can kind of try to think how to create spider web. It's a good idea to actually start from reference, but I'm just gonna jump into it right away. So I'm gonna start with a n-gon, right click and then connect it to Viewer Draw, and by default it's gonna create an n-gon and 5-sided. For spider web, sometimes 5 sides or 6 sides is a good place to start. The nice thing about this is that you can easily randomize in R and phi, so you can get all kind of different shapes. So that's kind of like a good start. If you have like a good spider web texture, you can maybe use this as a starting point. So anyhow, the next thing I might do is to switch to edges mode, so we're only seeing the edge for the spider web. Perhaps using range integer, we can kind of generate a couple of spider web. Let's see, not on the sides but on the radius. See, so and instead of using integer, maybe I should have used range float. So basically we want to control the start and the stop and then the count. Plug this into the radius, so you're starting to get the idea. So this is like a kind of like a spider web, and you can randomize the seed. Of course, for spider web, I think unless the spider has like a very like high OCD, it will create something like this. But normally, a normal spider will not make everything so perfectly. So I think so. Maybe it has some kind of randomizations for each one of them. Yeah, so something like this might be, and maybe that's a little bit too random, but we can increase the radius. Yeah, probably that's a little bit too random, but anyhow, we continue on. Maybe reduce this random R and random phi. So that's kind of a little bit better. Let's continue on with this. So with this n-gon, and currently we have 10 n-gons, we can actually use a UV connections and try to connect the vertices and see what we get. If I'm not wrong, we probably need to join the list, but this seems to be working. So I just use V directions, and it's creating this this line in the V directions. So that's probably a good start. The next thing I will do, maybe I'll use a list slice over here, kind of slicing the edge on level 1, but probably not not in that way. I think I need to join the mesh first. So mesh join. So connect these two bits and then plug the vertices data and then polygon data. We can now doing the slicing. So if Spider doing the step-by-step procedural web is probably doing it this way, and it's gonna stop at some point. So yeah, that's I think that's a good start, I guess. What else? What's next we can do? Maybe reduce the randomizations, or actually increase it. I don't know. I think some spiders actually they actually make some kind of spiral. Maybe that's a more correct way. This is like a quickie setup that I could think of. So from here, we can delete loose, perhaps. Delete loose. And over here, we can do some kind of list masking for our edges. So let's see. So use a random number. Random number gonna give a value between 0 and 1, and this is gonna be for the masking. And increase the number, and hopefully you're starting to see where I'm going with. This one is kind of creating randomizations for our spider web. So this is like a super basic spider web, of course. Let's make it a little bit more detailed. We can control the center part and then the outer part. I think maybe something like that. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, and what else we can do here? More detail. 15 there. No, actually less is good for now.